1940, Europe was at war. And in Manchester, football had fallen silent. Old Trafford stood in darkness. Then in 1941, the bombs came. German air raids struck the city, and Old Trafford was devastated. The pitch was ruined, the stands torn apart. 4 years, Manchester United would play their home games at their rival's ground, Main Road. The club was homeless, but not broken. 1945, the war ended, and a new chapter began. A former Manchester City player, disciplined, visionary, uncompromising, arrived at the club. His name was Matt Busby. He demanded control over team selection, unheard of at the time. He wanted youth. He wanted courage. He wanted a dynasty. And slowly, he began building one. By the early 1950s, United were contenders again. In 1952, league champions. But Busby was not satisfied. He looked to the academy, to teenagers, to fearless young players the press would soon name, the Busby Babes. At the heart of this new generation, Duncan Edwards, Bobby Charlton, Roger Byrne. Young, talented, fearless. In 1956 and 1957, back-to-back league titles. United were playing attacking, daring football. And Busby made another bold decision. He entered the European Cup against the wishes of many in England. United would test themselves against Europe's elite. The future felt unstoppable. February 6, 1958. Munich, Germany. After a European Cup match against FK Crvena Zvezda, the team's plane attempted takeoff in heavy snow. It failed. Twice. On the third attempt, it crashed. 23 people lost their lives. 8 Manchester United players. Among them, Roger Byrne, Tommy Taylor, Eddie Coleman. And weeks later, Duncan Edwards succumbed to his injuries. The brightest young team in Europe. Gone. Matt Busby was critically injured. The club was shattered. The dream was over. Or so it seemed. But from tragedy came resilience. Amidst the wreckage, goalkeeper Harry Gregg heroically pulled survivors from the burning plane, including Bobby Charlton and a pregnant woman. Busby survived. And he returned. Slowly, painfully, he rebuilt the team. Around one survivor in particular, Bobby Charlton. New stars arrived. Dennis Law, George Best. If the Busby Babes were youthful brilliance, this team was electric genius. 1965, league champions. 1967, league champions again. And then, 1968, 10 years after Munich, at Wembley Stadium, Manchester United faced SL Benfica in the European Cup final. Extra time. 3-1 became 4-1. The final whistle blew. Manchester United were champions of Europe, the first English club ever to lift the European Cup. From the ashes of Munich to the summit of Europe, Matt Busby stood victorious, not just as a manager, but as a symbol of perseverance. Between 1940 and 1968, Manchester United were bombed, homeless, broken by tragedy, and rebuilt through courage. They lost a generation, but they honoured them with greatness. Before the Premier League, before global superstardom, there was Busby, there was Munich, there was redemption. Manchester United were no longer just survivors. They were immortal. The Munich air disaster on February 6, 1958, remains the darkest day in the club's history, where the Busby Babes were tragically lost in a snowy crash during their pursuit of European glory. The resilience shown in the aftermath, with the club and fans coming together to rebuild, became the foundation of the United spirit.